Kamaru Usman isn't just focused on Joaquin Buckley. He's thinking much bigger. To him, this fight isn't about simply getting a win back. It's about launching something major. Usman made it clear he plans to make a statement against Buckley, then shift focus straight to the Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena winner. In his mind, Islam's going to come out on top, and that's exactly who he wants next. But that's not where it ends. Kamaru is also targeting a move up to middleweight after reclaiming the welterweight belt. His goal? Challenge Dricus Du Plessis and chase that double champ status. The Nigerian Nightmare has said in several interviews this week that those matchups, Islam and Dricus, are at the top of his hit list. It's a massive vision, especially considering he's 38 years old and currently on a 3-fight skid. The dominant version of Usman we saw at the top feels like a long way off. Still, the man clearly hasn't lost that drive. He's not planning to fade quietly. He wants one last run of greatness before it's all said and done. Whether he can pull it off or not, one thing's for sure. He's not finished writing his story yet.
Like I mentioned, Buckley is, I like this. I like the fact that he's done his job. He's done well enough to be in this position right now to where we have to respect him in what he brings to the table. He's ultra aggressive. He's extremely athletic. He's strung together some good wins in a row. And now he's put himself in a position to where, this is a fight. Before everyone would kind of go, you don't need to fight that guy. He's a nobody or anything like that. But Buckley's definitely done his job. He is somebody. He's tough. And I take him extremely mean. Henry, and you can definitely attest to this. It's when you put in the time and you put in that preparation, and when we get in there, we're almost in autopilot to where we shock ourselves each and every time. You almost impress yourself like, wow, I trained those things and wow, I was able to go out there and execute.
Before we move further, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you stay locked in with everything happening in the MMA world. Let's get started. Moving up next, we have Daniel Cormier recently broke down why Jon Jones is still fully capable of beating Tom Aspinall, and he doesn't think the long wait makes any sense. According to DC, Jones isn't ducking the fight. He's just that good. Cormier pointed to Jon's performance against Stipe Miocic, saying he looked like a destroyer in that fight. He also reminded fans that even when they were rivals and DC was at his absolute best, he still got stopped by Jones. That kind of greatness doesn't fade overnight. When you really look at it, DC believes Jones actually has a better chance against Aspinall than most people realize. Maybe even better than Jon himself believes. He might be overthinking things because of Aspinall's youth and hot streak, but from a style perspective, Jones has the right tools to deal with him. He's already handled fighters who were quicker, stronger, and technically sharper across different eras. If he's dialed in mentally, it wouldn't surprise Cormier if Jon handled Tom with ease, similar to how he ran through Cyril Gane in under a round. Nobody expected that either. Aspinall is definitely a more complete fighter than Gane, no doubt. But even so, Jones's adaptability and that unpredictable looky-do style still make him one of the hardest puzzles to solve.
Jon Jones looked like a world beater in that fight against Stipe. Stipe didn't look like himself. He looked like a guy that hadn't fought in a long time and he was 42 years old. But he looked like a world beater. And if that guy shows up to fight Tom Aspinall, he can beat anybody. When Jon Jones beat me that second time, I was really good. I was good. I don't know if I've ever been better than when I went into that fight in Anaheim and he finished me. So I know how good this dude is. But all this other stuff that's going on around the fight, you're talking about me, you're talking about Francis, you're talking about Chael, you're talking about all these things and almost ignoring the right thing. The right thing is to go fight this kid. And if you beat him, which is a real thing and a real likely scenario, you can then stick it to everybody like you've done on so many different occasions. Nothing feels better to a guy like Jon Jones to be able to beat the guy that you thought was going to get him and then him going, what did I say to you? That you thought was going to get him and then him going, what did I say to you?
Moving up next, we have Aljamain Sterling recently shared something that stunned a lot of fans. He actually drinks alcohol during fight week, and not just a small sip. He said he takes whiskey just hours before stepping into the cage. According to him, it helps him sleep, stay relaxed, and feel overall better. And as wild as that might sound, it turns out he's not the only one. Ilia Topuria, who's quickly become one of the most dangerous names in the sport, also admitted he drinks wine the night before his fights. At one point, Topuria even told a story where he and his team were partying at the Fighter Hotel just a day before fight night. Drinks, music, and a full-on celebration going down while other fighters are locking in and going quiet. It's a completely different mentality. Some fighters treat fight week like sacred territory. No distractions, no fun, just intense focus and discipline. But others, like Aljo and Ilia, trust themselves and their instincts so much that they don't feel the need to follow a traditional structure. Even with expert nutritionists and precise planning available, they go with what suits them personally. And when you look at Topuria's recent performances, you can't argue with the results. He's been wrecking elite competition with ease. Whatever routine he's using might just be the cheat code.
I mean, I drink in training camp. I don't get bombs because I don't want people getting the wrong idea and messaging.
What's the appropriate amount?
I'll have like one or two. Like if
day?
If I'm in fight camp.
Yeah, if you're in fight camp.
And I'll go clean, like I'm trying to get in shape. Once I'm in shape and I have like a good sparring, like I had a really good week, and then the next week maybe I hit the pinnacle where like, okay, I could crush 3 5s or 5 5s, no problem. I'm like, I've earned a drink or two. And it's usually in my house.
Okay.
I drink all the way up to the fight. And then again,
wow.
it's 1, 2 drinks.
Yeah.
Like if you lose the fight because of 1 or 2 drinks, that's not, you probably were going to lose the fight anyway, right? But usually after the weigh-ins, we go like do a team dinner. If I get to, like now that I have this, I'll bring this and we'll just do like an open cork fee and I'll have like a shot on the rocks, just nice and easy, and just puts me to sleep. And I've been doing that for years now at this point, and it's always made me feel good. I sleep better. It's just, like I said, it's something I enjoy.
Moving up next we have Jon Jones. Looks like he's slipping back into the kind of chaos that once defined his career. And it's happening right as he's preparing for a likely clash with Tom Aspinall. Throughout his run, Jones has been known for going off the rails during training camps, mixing in partying, drinking, and full-on reckless energy. At one point, it felt like he'd left that behind. But now, not so much. A wild story just came out from his former teammate, Rum Kabalov, and it's one of the craziest ones yet. Kabalov said Jones showed up at the gym totally unannounced, clearly drunk, and started doing the Lezginka, a traditional Dagestani dance, yelling that he's a Dagestani gangster. Then it got even more out of control. Jones apparently pulled a gun out inside the gym and waved it around like a toy. He wasn't done there. He took Kabalov outside, popped open his car trunk, and showed off a full stash of firearms, scopes, and tactical gear, acting like he was going into battle. Quote, "I was already at the gym when he suddenly burst in and started dancing the Lezginka, a traditional Caucasian dance, yelling, 'I'm a Dagestani gangster.' Just messing around, he pulled out his weapon and began saying, 'Hey, I'm a gangster. You know, in the United States, it's legal to own and carry guns.' I think he was a bit tipsy. Then he invited me to go shooting, and when I looked in the trunk, it was packed with guns, scopes, and all kinds of other gear." That's it from the MMA Arena. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news. On and